welcome back everyone to the Optimum Care Community Centers. It's Ben Brock, and today I have Vicki joining me. She's going to take us through some seated exercise. Vicki, what are we going to be doing today?
Well, thanks, Ben. We're going to be doing some stand, sit, and be fit exercises today. So we're going to get a little bit of lower body, a little bit of upper body, a little bit of core, and probably get our heart rates up a little bit as well too.
Fantastic. So find a seat, make sure the area is all clear around you, and join us for some exercise. Before engaging in this program, make sure you are in good physical condition and do not suffer from any known disability or condition which would prevent or limit your participation in this exercise program. An examination by a physician should be obtained by anyone prior to commencing a fitness and/or exercise program, or initiating a substantial change in the amount of regular physical activity performed. If you choose not to obtain a physician's consent prior to beginning this fitness program, you should continue at your own risk. It is your sole responsibility to participate in exercises that are appropriate for the current status of your health. It is your responsibility to ask your doctor if this activity is appropriate before participating. This program is not medically supervised, and exercise activities are led by independent fitness instructors or employees of Optum Care. Optum Care Network of Arizona is not responsible for the actions or omissions of the instructors or other program participants.
Hey everybody, like Ben said, we're going to do a stand, sit, and be fit class today. So what I want you to have by you, I definitely want you to have some water. I've got my water over here. If you would like to incorporate some weights, if you have dumbbells handy, you can grab your dumbbells. If you need water bottles, or you can do it with no equipment whatsoever. I also do want to point out that you modify things to work for you. So I'm going to show progressions. If you need to take it up a little bit, you take it up a little bit. If you need to bring it down, you bring it down. Also too, please remember to take breaks. I'm going to continue throughout the whole probably 15 or 20 minutes. So if you feel like you need to take a break, please do so. Grab some water, give yourself a break, and then join us back when you're ready, okay? We're going to do a quick little warm up, and then we're going to get going. So let's go ahead and stand with our feet about hip width apart. If you would like to stay in the chair, that's fine for this as well too, because you can do this in the chair. We're going to pull those bellies in and up, so engage the core. Let's roll those shoulders back and around. Just loosen up that upper back. And as we're loosening up that upper back, nice deep inhales. And exhales, very nice. Now let's just change direction. So bring your shoulders forward. Should feel a little bit of a stretch in the back. Okay, I'm gonna flip this out on you again. Go ahead and go backwards and take those shoulders and just drop them in your back pockets. Pull the shoulders back, nice tall posture. Inhale, take it up. And remember, at any time, if we have our hands going up above our head and that bothers your shoulders for any reason, then you can keep it a little bit lower. So your inhale would just be here. Inhale and exhale, release. Very good. Let's do about 4 more of those. Inhale, exhale, release. I'm gonna go a little bigger. If you wanna follow me, that's fine. 1 more. Here we go. Last one. Inhale, exhale. Very nice. We're gonna widen out those legs just a little bit more, and we're just gonna take it side to side. Side to side. So what I want you to try and do is put those toes on the floor. Loosen up those calves, loosen up those legs a little bit. Very nice. And then we're just going to take those arms and just swing a little bit. All the while, keep a nice tall posture, belly's engaged, and we're breathing. Biggest thing is what I want you to do is have fun with this, right? We're moving, but most of all, we're just having some fun. So let's do 2 more each side here. Here's 2. And last one, very nice. Just go ahead and march it out. Beautiful. So a little progression here. Your baby march could be right here, barely lifting those feet up off the floor, right? And if you're in the chair, you're doing the marching as well too, in the chair. If you want to get a little bit bigger, you can lift those knees a little bit higher. But then if you're lifting those knees a little bit higher, I want you to slow down a little bit. There you go, strong core. Beautiful, so you take it as big as what you need to take it, or as low as you need to. Let's do 4 more. So here's 4, 3, heart rates are coming up a little bit, 2, and last one. Very nice, shake everything out, beautiful. We're gonna go ahead and cross our hands over our chest. I want you to suck that belly in as if you're trying to pull that belly button into your spine. And I'm gonna turn so you can see me. We're just gonna do a little bit of a roundness here. Stretch out that lower back. Inhale, bring it back up. So here we're warming up our core and our lower back. Just a little C curve in the back and then standing up nice and tall. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, standing up nice and tall. Beautiful, everybody. Let's do about 4 more of these. Here's 4 and 3 and 2 and last one. Very nice. I'm going to turn back to the center so that you can see me. We're going to widen out those legs a little bit, about hip width apart. Belly's engaged. I want you to lift your big toes up because we're going to go into a tiny little squat. We're going to shoot our hips back. So again, I'm going to turn so you can see me. I'm not doing this with my knees, right? I'm aiming with my tush and I'm going back. Nice tiny little squats. Again, if you can go bigger, go ahead and go a little bit bigger, which means deeper on these. So we're gonna sit it back down. If not, you stay a little bit more shallow with those squats. Very nice. All the while we're breathing, we're keeping our chin lifted and our chest lifted. Let's do 4 more of these. I'm gonna turn. Here we go. There's 4 and 3 and 2. And last one, very nice. Go ahead and march it out, kind of shake it out again. Next thing we're gonna do, again, we're gonna go to that hip width apart on the legs. We're gonna roll those shoulders out. Now I'm gonna show a little bit more of a modified position in this. We're just gonna bring those arms into a goalpost position, not very high, and we're gonna take it back and just squeeze through the back. Release it and come forward. Take it back and squeeze. So here's our little modified position. If you feel that you can go a little bit bigger, you're gonna raise it up just a little bit higher and take it back. Squeeze those shoulder blades. I like to say squeeze those angel wings together. And even bigger, if you can, this is optional, you can go all the way up and drop it down. Nice. Again, warming up that upper back, squeeze the shoulder blades. Let's do 2 more of these. Very nice. Now here's your last one. And squeeze, beautiful, shake it out. We're gonna go ahead and sit for the next one. So go ahead and have your chair. We're gonna take a seat and we're gonna get toward the front of the chair. This is gonna warm up our hips a little bit because we're gonna be doing some standing work here pretty soon as well. Nice and tall, shoulders back, belly's engaged. We're gonna go ahead and take this leg and we're gonna open it up like we're getting out of the car. Bring it back in. Very nice. Now if you need to, you can just kind of drag that toe and keep it on the floor. If it doesn't bother your hips, lift it up a little bit and open it up. And if you can, maybe lift it up a little bit bigger. Again, work within your range of motion, whatever works for you. All right, we're gonna do 2 more. Really important to keep those hips loosened up. Very nice. Last one, shake it out. I like to kind of do a little march in the chair, wiggle everything out, readjust everything. We're gonna go to the opposite leg. Here we go. And so we're gonna drag first. Feel that hip open up. Okay, you might go a little bit bigger if you can, meaning bringing that toe off the floor. And even a little bit bigger. Here we go. We're gonna go up and over. Again, I want to caution, this is only optional. You do not have to go into the bigger move. If you're not comfortable with it, you stay with what works for you. Let's do 2 more. Here's 2. And last one. Very nice, everybody. Shake it out again. Beautiful. So we should be all nice and warmed up. We're gonna do a lower body first, then we'll get into some upper body. So we're gonna stay in the chair, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and do a little bit smaller version of a squat. So we're gonna keep our cheeks planted in the chairs, like I like to call it. And we're gonna take a nice deep inhale, pull the belly in. I'm gonna have my hands down beside me with my palms facing forward. So I'm gonna take a nice deep inhale. As I exhale, I'm just gonna do a bicep curl, come up onto my toes and squeeze my tush. And then inhale, release it back down. So this is your modified version if you need to stay in the chair. Now for those of you that don't need to stay in the chair, we're gonna come up and then drop back down. And up and then drop back down. If you wanna add that bicep curl with it, you're gonna do that as well. And drop back down. Squeezing that tush all the way through. Strong core, we are on our heels. I like to emphasize that with our squats. It's helping that backside muscle work. We're gonna do 4 more of these. There's 4, and here's your modified position. There's 3, remember you've got options. Here's 2, And your last one, very nice. Go ahead and shake it out. Now we are gonna stand up on this next one. If you choose to stay in the chair, that's absolutely fine. You can do this in the chair, although you might not be able to go back behind your back on the back leg, and that's okay. You just stay with the front and the side. So let's go ahead and come on up. We're gonna take it to the right of our chair. And you've got this for balance. If you do not need it, you can go ahead and release it. But I always want to point out that you've got this chair for balance, all right? So we're gonna stand up nice and tall again. Belly's pulled in. We're gonna work with our outside leg. And we're gonna take a point to the front. We're gonna drag it to the side and then drag it to the back. Bring it forward, point, point, back, and center. Front, side, back, and center. Now, if you want to go a little bit bigger on this one, you're going to raise that foot up a little bit. So it's front, bring it in, side, bring it in, and back, bring it in. Up, side. Now, the next progression on this one is to not let your foot touch. It's totally up to you. And side. The other thing I want to point out, your balanced leg is slightly bent. Squeeze those muscles as you take it up, and we're gonna do 3 more. So here's 3. Beautiful. I'm gonna go back to the beginning. Progression. Here's 2. Oh, let's add 1 for good measure. How about that? 1, and to the side, and to the back. Very nice. Woo, shake it out a little bit, and all we're gonna do is just walk to the back of our chair, so that we're on the other side. Same thing, opposite leg. So let's go with that easy progression. Toes to the side and back. Bring it in. Toes to the side, bring it back and pull it in. Beautiful. All right, progress as you feel the need, or if you can. So we're just gonna lift it up just a little bit, bring it in, touch, lift, touch, back, and touch. There we go. Touch, side, touch. Now here's the last progression, no touching. Up, bring it in, to the side, bring it in, and to the back. Beautiful. Let's do 4 more. Here's 4, and side, and back. Here's 3. Ooh, legs are getting tired. That standing leg's starting to feel it. 2 more, up, and back. Here's our last one coming up. How we doing? Up. Woo! And last one. Very nice, everybody. Whoa, shake it out. Legs are getting a little bit tired on that one. Now I'm gonna go ahead and stand behind my chair on this one. And I would recommend that you hang on to the chair. We are gonna come up onto our toes on this one. If this doesn't work for you, that's okay. Then you just stay down and you just barely lift a heel. Does that make sense? Hopefully you can see my feet. I'm gonna kind of extend out a little bit wider so you can hopefully see my feet. I'm gonna drop down into a tiny little squat, not much at all. I'm gonna take my right foot and bring my heel up, drop it down. My opposite comes up. Now we're gonna go both together and up. Very nice. Single, single, and double. How's that feeling? Single, single, and double. Very nice. Single, single, and double. I'm gonna throw a curve, opposite foot, single. So we changed lead feet. Single, and double. A little cognitive activity in there for you, make you think. Woo! Let's do 2 more. Single, single, and double. Very nice. Last one. Single, single, and double. Can you stay up? Can you stay up? Holding it for 8, 7, 6. Drop if you need to. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop those heels, bring those feet back in. Nice job, everybody. Go ahead and shake it out a little bit. We're gonna go back to the chair. So come around to the front of the chair. We're gonna take a nice seat here right to the front of the chair, sitting up nice and tall. We're gonna extend one leg out with our toes lifted to the ceiling, right? And you might need to kind of maneuver yourself so it's comfortable in the chair. You can either have your hands on your hips or you can hang on to the chair lightly. I don't want you to death grip the chair, but hang on lightly. Toes are pointed up toward the ceiling, right? We're gonna take a nice deep inhale, and all we're gonna do is just barely lift that leg off the floor. Lift. However, this might not feel comfortable for you. If you need to, you can bend that knee and lift it here. and lift. Nice. Now I'm gonna extend out. Next progression would be extending out, lifting just a little bit. Next progression would just be lifting a little bit higher. Feel it in that top of that leg, which is our quad. We're gonna feel this in our lower back a little bit in our core as well. Woo! Very nice. Now, if you can, hold it up, and I want you to lead with your heel. You're gonna push that gas pedal. Push it for 8, 7, tiny little presses, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Bring it in and shake it out. Great job. We're gonna go to the other side. If you need to wiggle out a little bit, wiggle out. Grab a drink whenever you need to. Leg goes out. Tiny little progression first, so you're barely gonna lift that foot up. Or bend the knee and lift a little higher. Those are your options. Nice and slow and controlled. I want you to feel this in your lower powerhouse too, because our lower powerhouse is having to work to get that leg in the air, right? So we don't want to be kicking and pushing back. You want to sit up nice and tall. If you feel like you're pushing back a little bit, maybe you're lifting a little bit too high with the legs, so pay attention to your body. Here's 4, 3, 2, now hold it up if you can, and push that gas pedal for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Go ahead and shake it out a little bit. How we doing? All right, are we ready to do some upper body? So if you have dumbbells at home, grab some light weights, or you can use 2 water bottles, you can use 2 cans if they're the same size, or you don't have to use anything at all, okay? So you can use whatever you're comfortable with. I'm just gonna go underneath and grab my weights. This is a good time to take a break and grab a drink if you need to. We always wanna stay hydrated. All right, so we're gonna sit up nice and tall. And we're gonna work with our biceps first. So our biceps are the front part of our arm, right? We wanna get that little pop in those biceps. So we're gonna take our arms down, but I want you to roll those shoulders back in your back pockets and have a slight bend in your elbows all the time. We don't wanna always release like this. So we want a slight bend. We're gonna do a single, double lift on this one. So it looks like this. So we're gonna go single, and then double. We're gonna go both together, just like that. And single, and double. Very nice. Pull that core in, sitting up nice and tall, and double. Beautiful. Here comes our 4th one, I believe. Single, nice easy grip on the dumbbells as well. Now change lead arms. You know I throw that at you once in a while. And double. Good, we've got 3 more. Single, and double. Very nice. We've got 2 more. How you feeling? Hopefully we're having fun with this. Beautiful. Last one. Single, and double. Great job, everybody. Just go ahead and take those arms down, shake them out a little bit. Now we're gonna work the back side of the arm. We just worked the front, we're gonna work the back now. So I'm gonna turn my chair so that you can see me. This is very important as far as your back. So we're gonna sit up nice and tall just like we were, but what I want you to do is just hinge over a tiny little bit. I want you to keep your shoulders retracted. I don't want you like this. I don't want you looking down at the floor. You wanna look at an angle in front of you, and you're gonna hinge over, but we're gonna also draw our elbows past our back, squeezing those shoulder blades together a little bit. So now we're working the back of the arm, which is a tricep. Same pattern. Single, full extension, bring it in. Single, both together, and double. There you go. Single, easy grip on the dumbbell, single, and double. Beautiful. Single, one more. This is usually where the ugly faces start coming into play. And switch lead arms. Here we go. Single, and double. Beautiful. 3 more. Single, and double. You've got 2 more. Hang in. Single, and double. Last one here. Single, and double. Very nice, everybody. Go ahead and sit up tall. If you have your weights or your water bottles, just put them on your lap. Wiggle out those shoulders, and you can just kind of drop the arms and shake out the arms a little bit. I am going to turn my chair again so I'm facing you. All right, so now we're gonna work a little bit of the back and a little of the chest. Again, using those dumbbells if you'd like. That same hinged over position, right? So back is nice and tall and we're just gonna hinge from the hips. Our belly's engaged. We're gonna drop those arms a little bit, roll the shoulders back, and then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have you move the upper body back with you, or the upper body back into it, and squeeze those shoulder blades together. Take it down like we're double digging. Does that make sense? Are we double digging? Take it down and squeeze. Very nice. So think about taking your shoulder blades, or like I said, I like to refer to them as angel wings, and you're pulling those angel wings together. Squeezing through the upper back. Inhale as we drop. Exhale as we squeeze. Very nice. I think we've got 2 more. Here's 2. We're gonna change this up a little bit. Now bring it in, hold that squeeze, and tiny pulses for 8. Can barely tell you're squeezing. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice, everybody. Go ahead and just drop the hands on the legs, wiggle it out a little bit. And then, so we work the back. Now we're gonna work the chest a little bit. If you need a little support on your back, if you have a pillow or maybe a bouncy ball that you can put in the small of your back, you can certainly do that as well. Just don't rely on the pillow or the ball to hold you up, because I want your core to do the work to hold you up. So we are gonna sit up nice and tall, and we're gonna hinge backward again. So this is just all reverse of each other, so that our core is having to hold us up. We're gonna take the weights, and if you at any time have your weights, your water bottles, your cans, and you feel it's too much, go ahead and drop the equipment, and we'll do this without the equipment. So we're gonna bring those arms up like we're hugging a beach ball, right? Shoulders are back. We're gonna inhale, open it up. Exhale, squeeze it together. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, squeeze. Good. Inhale and exhale. Very nice. How we doing? And squeeze. Good. Now a modification to this, I'm gonna drop my weights, could just be here. Right? And squeeze. If you squeeze your forearms together, you're gonna get the inside of the arm and what I call the upper blade of the chest. It's kind of hard to do that when you've got dumbbells in your hand. So this is a good modification if the dumbbells are too much. We're gonna do 1 more, and squeezing it, releasing it, bring it back down, and then you're gonna sit up nice and tall and just roll those shoulders out. Very nice. Shake out the arms. We're gonna do a little bit for the shoulders, then we'll move on to core. So we're gonna sit up nice and tall again. Again, I'm gonna start with no weights. Shoulders, we have a lot of shoulder issues because this is probably the most used joint that we have. So I know I've got a little bit of a shoulder issue, so I need to modify things. You do the same thing, whether you need to use weights or not. We're gonna sit up nice and tall. We're gonna have our hands or arms at about a 90-degree angle, palms facing each other, nice and tall. All I'm gonna do is draw my arms up so my elbows are about even with my shoulders, maybe a little bit higher, but that's all. And then just bring it back down. Very nice, and then slow controlled up and slow controlled down. So what we're hitting here, we're hitting a lot here. So we've got our traps right on the top of our shoulders. We've got our delts right here that are working. Our serratus anterior, which is underneath our armpits, are working. The upper blade of our back is working. The upper blade of our chest is working. Very nice. So if you've got your weights, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna stay with no weights. But if you've got your weights, great. Let's just do about 2 more. Here's 2. And last one. Beautiful job, everybody. Shake it out. Nice job. Last one for the shoulders. I want you to keep this really, really small. You can use your weights if you'd like. I'm gonna stay with no weights. So I'm just gonna keep mine on my lap, or you can put yours on your floor. We're gonna go ahead and take our hands up. So we went from that 90-degree angle here, right? Now we're gonna just draw it up this way. Tiny little presses. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. I am not going much past my head. If this doesn't work for you, take it down even lower and just go from here. You're still working those shoulders, working the biceps a little bit, but if you are up, you're not up very high. And we're gonna lift and lower. Lift and lower. Beautiful. How's everybody doing? Woo! I can hear the hoo-hoos. Hoot and hollers. Here's 4 and 3, 2, and 1. Very gently and carefully, everybody bring those arms down, extend out and shake it out. Very nice. I'm gonna get rid of my weights. So I'm gonna put them underneath my chair. We're gonna work a little bit of core here. So to begin with, we're gonna sit up nice and tall. You can hang onto your chair if you need to, but again, don't death grip your chair. Just nice, easy grip, fingers open on top of the chair. And all you're gonna do is a little march, barely lifting those legs off the floor. If you need to, you can lift a heel, right? But if you wanna get a little bit more, then we're gonna lift a little higher. So there's 1 and 2 and 3, very nice. And 4, now again, progression, we're gonna do 4 more. If you wanna go a little higher, whoo, there you go. But pay attention, you're not kicking yourself back like this, you're staying up nice and tall. Here's 2, and last 1, very nice, everybody. That's all the core that we're gonna do today, because a lot of those exercises we did actually involve the core. So we're gonna stop there and we're gonna do a quick little cool down. So what I want you to do is just roll those shoulders around. Nice deep inhale, beautiful. Now take those shoulders up and then release. Inhale and release. Very nice, last 1. And then let's take 1 leg and extend it out. You can have a slight bend in the knee, and we're just gonna trail down that leg and reach for the toes. Only go within your range. I want you to try and keep your chest lifted and your chin lifted. I don't want you to round into it. You just wanna feel a stretch in the back of your leg. So reach for those toes. Very nice, and then come back up. Wiggle it out a little bit, take the opposite leg, do the same thing, either straight or slightly bent. Draw all the way down toward those toes, reach. Keep breathing while we're stretching. And bring it up, very nice. Bring that leg back in. Inhale, take a nice deep inhale up. Spinal twist. Nice and tall. Feels good in the back. Inhale back to center, inhale. Exhale, other side. Come back to center. We're gonna take a nice deep inhale, round that back. So your spine is going toward the back of your chair. And then we're gonna open it up and squeeze those shoulder blades, round it out. Now, if this bothers your arms, little tidbit, these are basically standing cat-cows. So we're rolling it up and taking it back and forward and back. So you can get the arms in it if you like, or just have the hands on the legs. Last 1. Very nice, everybody. Beautiful job. Hopefully I will see you again soon. Again, my name is Vicki. Take care of yourselves and we'll see you soon.